Hi, my name is Amos. I'm 21. I was born in Rwanda in Kiziba camp, refugee camp, but my nationality is Congolese. I'm the first of 6 children. I have 2 younger sisters and 4 brothers. I also have 3 grandparents, 2 parents, and 4 uncles and 1 auntie. We are Christian. Our country, Congo, was beautiful, but due to many wars, it was no longer a good country anymore. My family immigrated to Rwanda in 1996 after the war started in Congo. My mom and dad met in Rwanda and got married in 2000. And I was born on October 30, 2022, but on my document it said I was born on January 2nd, 2002, which is not true. As a young kid, I was very careful guy, and many people loved me so much. I was a child who don't like to fight with other kids, but some kids who were younger than me like to beat me, and my dad say, "Don't be sheep. Study to fight for yourself." Once I got older, I started to be a bad kid. I was fighter. No normal kid like to talk to me or try to fight with me, even at school. But people almost killed me. They poisoned me to death. My parents told me that I was in hospital for 6 months. I started school when I was 3 years old, from kindergarten in refugee camp. There wasn't enough work while we were in refugee camp. In 2007, my dad went back to Congo because he had a lot of work to do there. I was really sad because I wouldn't see him for a year. And the other thing that I remember is that when I first went to school, I fought with my mom a lot because I didn't want to attend school because of soccer. I like to play soccer a lot. I couldn't sleep because I played soccer with my friends. At the age of 10, I started to play soccer for the country. I stopped school for a year because I traveled to other countries like Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. I had a good time there. I met the presidents of Uganda and Tanzania. I was the best defender of our team. They called me John Terry. He played for Chelsea. We won 2 trophies, and the president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, congratulated me. They paid me million Rwandan francs, which is maybe 1,500 Canadian money. In the past year, the money was a lot. I gave the money to my family and we bought a house. The house we bought in the refugee camp was amazing. Nobody in the refugee camp has a house like us. After that, I went back to school. I was very happy to return to school after a whole year in other countries playing soccer. At that school, I met some of my great friends, and I will never forget the time I wore a school uniform. It was really exciting, and I couldn't sleep that night thinking about how happy I was. When I was 13, my dad took me to karate. I did karate for 3 years. It was amazing. I stopped karate when I had a brown belt, almost black belt, because of soccer. I loved soccer until my parents told me if you weren't a refugee, you would play soccer for the country of Rwanda. At the age 14, I went to hunt with my neighbor because my neighbor had a lot of dogs and we used them to hunt with bows. The dogs were very faithful. One day my neighbor and I went to hunt with his wife. We took 3 dogs with us. My neighbor and his wife left their baby son at home while we were hunting. A wolf came to their house and they left 2 dogs at home. The wolf entered the house and attacked the baby. The dogs fought with the wolf and killed it. In the evening, my neighbor, his wife, and I returned from the forest. The dogs were waiting outside for us. When the dogs saw us, they started to lick our feet. I saw the stains of blood on the dog's mouth. We thought that the dogs had killed their son. My neighbor became very angry. He and I took the boys we had and killed the dogs. We ran into the house. The son was safe inside the house and there was a wolf lying dead near him. We understood what happened and we were bitterly. In 2018, it was a bad year for all the refugee in Kiziba camp. The government of Rwanda had reduced the money. Sorry, I messed up here. Yeah. In 2018, it was a bad year for all the refugees in Kiziba camp. The government of Rwanda had reduced the amount of money, and the refugees decided to return to Congo. But it didn't work. It didn't happen. Rwanda sent a lot of police and soldiers to shoot the refugees. That was really crazy. It was the first time I saw war in my life. The war took 3 days. Police and soldiers shot every person they saw, especially the guys. Many guys and a lot of children died. I saw many people died in my life. And my best friend, who was standing beside me, got shot in the head and died. I almost died too, but God protect me. They shot me in the leg and they tried to shoot my head, but the bullet went above my head. My family told me that some people took me to the hospital when I was down and I was in coma for 2 months. We were so traumatized. Even right now, when I see the police, it reminds me of the Rwandan police. I thank God for protecting me and my whole family from dying. After 3 months, we called up to come to Canada. In June 2018, but we didn't come in June because my brother was very sick. I can say like he almost died and he come back. People who didn't want us to come, they poisoned my brother. He almost died. We took him to the doctor and they fed him. Luckily we found a person who who knows how to treat the poison and recover. After 3 months, in September 2018, we caught up again to come, and we did it. The trip to Canada was once in lifetime. When they picked us to go to Kigali, it was taken by surprise. I thought I was going to heaven because the people say Canada is one of the richest country in the world and all people were rich, and there were different kind of food and drinks. I was so excited to come to Canada. We stopped in Toronto and had a break in one of the house. There were many new things we hadn't seen before, including proper bathrooms. We tried a lot of different dishes and weren't criticized because the assistant knew we didn't had those things before. Traveling by plane was not frightening, and for the first time I saw technology and that couldn't be touched. We flew to Winnipeg on September 25, 2018. I was 15 years old. I came with my parents, brother and sister. This was the biggest trip of my life as I was starting a new life. I'm blessed to live with my family. When I got to Winnipeg, it was very pleasurable to reunite with my family, grandma, grandpa, uncle, and auntie. They looked different than they did in refugee camp. I hadn't seen them for 1 year. Winnipeg is a peaceful place to live and have freedom from people to free. I started school at Golden Bear. The communication was difficult because I didn't know English. I found great teachers like Miss Wright and Miss Stefanishan are the greatest teacher I ever had. I loved them. I felt like they were my mothers because they helped me a lot. I respect them like I respect my mom. In Winnipeg, we rented a house, but we didn't feel good in that house because the owner of the house was a bad person. Because when we went to the church or somewhere else, when we came back and found that he had opened the doors without telling us, I told him, if you can tell us, that would be good, because he didn't change. We had bad days in the house. All the house we rented had the same problem in the house we are in right now. The landlord started to despise my parents because they didn't go to school and don't speak English. I immediately showed the landlord that even if he despises them, he should know that they are human beings like him and they got back to us. We are the future of family and country. We try to lend. We try to lend because when you have your house, no one can despise you and you can do whatever you want in the house. Me and my dad work so much to see if we can buy our house. The other thing I did for my family was how people told my family that he will never drive a car. When I heard that, I immediately went to book an appointment, like to do the knowledge test. I did the knowledge test without no one knowing. I did it 2 times because my English was not good enough. When I was past the test, I was like, I'm dreaming, until the person who worked there come to me and say, Amos, you passed the test. I was very happy that day. I called my family and told them I passed the test. They were surprised because I went to do it without anyone knowing. After 4 months, we bought a car in science as the family only. Some people were surprised. I had 7,000 in my account. The car cost us 17,000, and I told my family to add 10,000 more so I can buy it. We buy the car. After the landlord come and ask us, did you guys take the finance on the car or you guys bought the car? We said we bought the car because they thought we couldn't buy a car. He thought he was smarter than us. We don't know how to save money, but everyone in the world is smart. And I don't know how some people think they are smarter than other people. Life in Canada turned me into a parent because my parents don't speak English and I'm the firstborn. I take care of my siblings. I wake up every year morning because I come to school. I come to school first. I take them to their school, and sometimes it's difficult for me because they go to a different school. If they have any appointment, I skip the school to take the appointment, and I help them with their homeworks. I do everything for them. My dad works outside the city. I'm the one who drive him, and when the work finish, I go there to take him too. He work at night. I started playing soccer at Golden Bear in 2019. It was very good. I made some good friends. I found another team called Kukame FC. I played with them for only 3 months because some people were jealous. They didn't want me to play with them. They told me they'd fight with me because I took their spot, and I play more minutes than they play. One day, they come to fight with me. When we finished the game, the guy come to fight with me. I almost killed one guy. I did karate in Rwanda for 3 years. I used what they taught me. After the fight, I told the coach of Kukame that I'm not going to play for this team anymore because some of my teammates don't want me to play with them. When I was playing for Kukame, I applied for American team, and they asked me where do I live, and I told them I live in Winnipeg, Canada. And they told me if I have passport, and I told them that I don't have passport, I'm new to Canada. I was very angry. In January 2021, I started playing with SCM Academy. The team loved me a lot, and I loved them. When I play for them, there are so many coaches who told me they like the way I play, and they make me love soccer more than others. When I play soccer, all the problem and stress goes away. I would like to be a soccer player in the future so I can help my family and other people like me who want to achieve their dream.